Hello and welcome.
Hello, Star Wars world.
So we're gonna do this is kind of like a new series.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we're changing it up for this go round.
This is distinct from the Gauntlet. We are going to do best of 3 matches now for a bit. At least what we're doing this series is best of 3 matches. So similar to the Gauntlet, one of us is gonna bring a deck. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the prime.
For that prime. Who was that? Was that Dirty Mirror? Thank you, Dirty Mirror.
Yes, thank
you.
For
that prime. Welcome, Her Tracks Arthur. Glad you made it. What we're gonna do is one of us brings a deck, and then we will play 2 best of 3 matches against a meta deck, right? One probably a deck from a recent tournament or whatever. Right now we have a list of decks that we can use from the OPE tournament.
Thank you for the prime, Crippers.
Appreciate that, Crippers. But as the meta evolves, we can certainly change that up. We are not going to be like using the same pack of 4 decks. If you're worried about never seeing Django Red, don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll be able to prepare it for streams if we want to.
Yeah, and Django Tarkin Town Defenders, explain yourself. You claim to be the best deck in the format, yet Cad Bane Red had a better win rate than you. Also, Cad Bane Red was like 85% against
Django?
Against like Sabine or something. Against somebody. There's some pretty good metadata stuff from the OPE event. When you look at it, I think the data says that Django Tarkin, Cad Bane Tarkin Town is better than Django Tarkin Town. Better.
Statistically better does not necessarily mean better.
Right? I think it wasn't Sabine. It was Django. Sorry, Cad Bane was like 85% against Anakin. And so the field was like 10% Anakin.
Yeah.
And so if Anakin's like close to a free win, and like the most common thing that you play against is like an Anakin deck. But anyway, I'm throwing it out there. I'm using my role as the heel to incite a wave of comments into the YouTube to boost our algorithm.
All I have to do to get people to type on YouTube is just be bad at playing control decks.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's because they're freaks.
Welcome to the stream, TX Law Hawk. Glad you made it. Sorry about the sub-only thing.
Absolutely hate control decks. Playtest your Grievous deck against Flip Pelt Blue. Then basically, after all my units, only dealt damage with the ability until I had nothing left. I was so furious. Yeah. You need like a very specific game plan against control decks to beat them. And it also usually involves taking the initiative aggressively and getting damage where you can. And I do think there are some mid-range decks that are not engineered to beat control decks as it stands. So an Anakin enjoyer, you are here for it. Yeah, we might get around to Anakin. At some point.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get around to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think Anakin's bad. So Anakin was, it was like 45-56 against Django Tarkin Town, but it was like 15-85 versus Cad.
Yeah,
which is like, that sounds not tenable, right?
I wonder if the Anakin players didn't expect there to be so much Cad. They thought about starting a Patreon for people there. So we do have a Patreon. We do not do any sort of monetary benefits for any of our subscription tiers.
Yeah.
We don't want to have any exclusive content or exclusive ways for people to interact with us. You can always talk to us in the Discord. You can always post deck links in the Discord. Occasionally we'll see one and be inspired by it, but generally we're not going to do like, I'll take a list based on your Patreon sub or your Twitch sub or anything like that. We usually just take what we're passionate about at the time.
Yeah, what we want to play.
I think that probably comes through better in the content too.
Yeah, we don't do any coaching either. I know that's like a relatively common thing. To me, it feels kind of like, I don't know. It feels like I might be taking advantage of people if I'm like charging them like $20 an hour to learn the game from me.
The whole point of our videos anywhere is just to make everyone that watches them better, right? Like we're always trying to learn lessons. So we are all learning together.
Right. So here we go. We got the Asajj Red here. So this is what the brew that I brought today. If you argue that Tarkin Town is better than the Shadow Collective camp, I would entertain that argument because I was very close to cutting it in favor of Tarkin Town.
Yeah, especially when you're running stuff like ISB Agent
and the P38. Or even Fallen Lightsaber, right?
Or even like on the doorstep. You know?
Yeah, you got a lot of random damage hanging around. So now, what is in what is in sleeves is the main deck, and then the sideboard is right here, gesturing with my hand. These are the sideboard choices. So we've got some 1-drops. Greedo, I actually think, is probably... He didn't see a whole lot of play in this tournament, and I think the reason being is that so many people... He kind of dies for free.
Yeah, because like the Django decks just kill him.
Yeah.
A lot of droids just kill him. I noticed the Cad Bane red was not playing him. And I was like, wait, that's kind of surprising, but then you think about it, right?
You think about it, and so there's an argument for Greedo to not hang around in the deck. I do think, like, if you're playing against... yeah, thank you. When was the last time we got bits on stream?
I don't know.
It's been a long time since we got bits on stream. Which is the type of thing you say to bait people into giving you lots of bits, I think, on Twitch. So, Greedo, I think Greedo might be in a weak place in the meta. So, there might be better 1-drops. A 1-drop I strongly considered, but I think I ruled it out. I think it's in a bad place right now. It was much better in set 1. Is the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. It's a 1/2 for 1. I actually like it quite a bit in Ray because you can buff it in Ray.
Oh yeah.
But I like
first turn makes a 2/3.
I like it into control decks because it's like a relatively throwaway unit that has the ability to draw you cards, and that's what's going to win you the matchup in the control decks, is being able to present enough threats to exhaust their resources and put enough pressure on them, right? So
then put it in my OP deck because all the pings that are
there are a lot of pings going around. Now, Sabine's not going to ping you, right? Sabine, Anakin, the Han decks, a lot of those decks aren't going to ping, but the Jangos and the Cads are, right? So I think Greedo is like a strong resource if you end up playing against red, another fellow black,
and you can like side them out,
red black,
right? If you're playing against the villain pingy decks,
you can side them out. All right, so we've got the disruption package right here: political pressures, force throw, unmasking, and as well as Bazine. And these are kind of why I built the deck. The idea is that we've got strong pressure on the opponent's hand. We've got a 1-of pillage in the main. I've cheated down on numbers on pillage, and I moved the rest of the pillages to the sideboard. Pillage, not particularly good against a deck that's trying to stove your head in, but particularly good against decks that are trying to bore you to death.
I can see like a Bib Fortuna pillage on second turn seem potentially very good.
And a Bib Fortuna, I think, does a lot of work in the deck.
I'm making all these free.
He can make them free, so he allows you to like puts pressure on with this stuff. He also lets you get an early on the doorstep. That was kind of the secret sauce of this deck's success when we saw it played before. Was curving Bib into on the doorstep. Bib is shielded, so Bib's got a little bit of protection against ping plus Tarkin Town. I think CAD decks specifically need Cloud Rider to get rid of Bib on turn 1. And then I think you are probably okay with that.
I feel like Bib just sticks around against almost everything.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of annoying to take off.
He might get like table, Power of the Dark Sided, but
yeah. So we've got one. I've got some Darth Mauls and Dooku at the top end. Now the rationale for both of them is that they are your backup win cons. We didn't go heavy into them. I think my rationale being you don't want 3 Dooku in this deck because it's almost always going to be resourced. A game where you need Dooku and you see him early, you'll probably just stick around with him for a while. But both Dooku and Maul can pick up a fallen lightsaber. And they also turn on Force Throw. Now, I opted for 2 Force Lightning, which is a card we have not seen on the stream in quite some time. But you can deploy Asajj. And so Force Lightning is, I think, particularly good against Super Laser Tech.
Yeah.
Because it shuts off his text. And I think there's some other cards, generally speaking, that you're not mad if you got rid of the text on them. You've got some upside on that, right? Being able to shut off, say, like restore or a number of things. Sentinel.
Yeah.
Like Force Lightning. At the bare minimum, Force Lightning is blanket text box. Asajj deploys. This gives you an event you can play with her. And another rationale for me, I like having some removal in this deck. Open Fire and Force Lightning actually do the same amount of damage if you have a Force unit, right? For 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Force Lightning blanks text box so it can get rid of when defeated effects, which I think is going to be relevant on like the P-38 Starfighter. Maybe some other choices as well. Obi-Wan is like another Sentinel that you probably want to like blank the text box on.
Late game can also just burn down anything.
Yes, right. And that's another thing is you can dump a lot of resources into it and it'll just kill anything, right?
Yeah.
So, 2 of No Good to Me Dead. I'm cheating on a lot of the numbers in the deck to try to get everything in here that I want. And it's a relatively low unit count, but that's because we have some events that are creating units for us. And a lot of the units that we're playing are trying to be a little sticky.
No hot shot?
No hot shot.
No surprise strike?
Breaking in instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
and
mad
so
especially with Asajj, you could like breaking in and attack with her, and if there's a shielded unit, right?
Yes, you can kill them.
You just ace it.
Yeah. And that's the idea, I think, is that the shielded stuff presents the problem. And so no hot shot because for the most part, I think our units are so easy to kill that we won't get full value, and I think we will be tapping out most of the time. The reason we're running Shadow Collective Camp, originally I was running the 5-cost draw 3 cards card in the deck. I've cut that, but like being able to like late game, you're on like 7 resources or something like that, being able to like draw 3 cards and then also do a bunch of other stuff, I think is appealing because I think this deck is low to the ground, right? And my like Allen 5 resources, that's probably where I stop resourcing.
Yeah,
most of the time, and so I need the ability to like rebuy. In the sideboard, we've got Force Chokes. That's for aggro matchups where I care less. Also. I care less about doing like I don't mind as much about the card advantage. I care more about the tempo. Disabling Fang Fighters, which I think is just a multi-purpose sideboard thing. There's Perilous Position is everywhere. A lot of the guys that we play die to Perilous Position, so it's perhaps maybe Fang Fighter is not the best. But also getting rid of Entrenched is nice. We've got a 1 of Shadowed Intentions and a Change of Heart, and both of these would come in versus control decks. You could put Shadowed Intentions on your Asajj to keep her from just getting smoked by destroy effects. So like this against blue-green villainy, or you could end up with like Shadowed Intentions like a Maul or something like that, and you're doing like the Maul theme deck. And then Change of Heart is like a way to take an opponent's big toy and beat them to death. So
yeah, keep fighting. I bet it does have some potential.
Keep fighting, yeah. It's honestly a shame that Asajj is yellow as a leader, because I get a feeling if Asajj was a red leader, she would actually be cracked, because I think like aggression would be insane with her, sick. Right?
Yeah.
Because you're like kill a dude, untap her. I don't know. Seems real sick. So, Cad Bane unit was on the short list. Cad Bane unit. At one point, I had a 1 of Cad Bane here. I think Cad Bane in the sideboard is also not a bad call. And that's kind of the purpose behind this. One, now that we have like some metadata to pull from, we've got like a shape of the metagame that we can explore now, and so I mean, we'll give a post-mortem after these games just to see.
Yeah, so. It's like what might you change about the main deck? What did you wish you had in the sideboard?
Like there's an argument that the Cad Bane unit is better than the Count Dooku unit, right?
Yeah.
Count Dooku, I think, is good. Like if your opponent entrenches something, you can then sack them to.
I think it's also just good to come out on turn 3.
Yes,
if it's sacking like Bib Fortuna and the ISB agent, right?
Yeah, right.
Or even like a Starfighter ping something.
Like the Squadron of Vultures might be good enough for the deck. Like there's some of those. Honestly, the tank. Like I know the Django. Triple Dark Raid decks are playing the exploit tank that costs 7 because you can exploit a dude with it. That tank might be useful as well, so play with a bunch of 2-ofs to get the card interaction. Yeah, that's the idea, right? Like there might be some perfect number of cards. I mean, Pillage was like a 2-of in every single deck that I saw Pillage in for the duration of set 2. So.
Yeah, I'm going to beef with you, Joker. I'm just not the beefing type.
No, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me. You weren't there.
Yeah, he was trying to find someone else to beef with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Oh, yeah, also, I've got dibs on Joker. So.
I'm too busy beefing with the YouTube commenters.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just learn to play Control.
I guess so. All right,
that's a good thing.
I could play Boss Blue after this. I mean, I think it's probably good to get a rep with Asajj against Boss Blue. What we were gonna do is just he wanted to play Sabine first and then random the next one based on the 3 decks we had built from the tournament, but it probably does make sense to make Boss Blue. Maybe I'll get better at Control if I just play it more. Crazy concept.
That was the thing with Boba Fett Yellow, right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll do open sideboarding as well, so we'll each kind of talk about our sideboard choices and work through those with each other and chat. So I think that'll be helpful too. Put it well by the Control X. Who wants to be board alternative? That's what I'm saying, man. I want to be done with my round in 20 minutes, and then I can look around all these stupid Control players being like, I play Avenger, okay.
Yeah.
I play
They're writing
the
notes
Dragon.
down.
Come on, man.
They're keeping.
If I say that, and the keyboard term I won was using one of the most like egregious control builds at the time, like decks at the time that probably existed in the world. But hey, that was my deck, and I had it, and no one else had it. But it was not fun to play against it.
As the world's foremost experienced anti-light tasker deck.
Like Quinlan Voss Red and super fast. Yeah, I like the look of Quinlan Voss Red.
Yeah, there's one of the locals was playing it at the tournament on Saturday.
One
there. 10. So I've got the Inish.
I only like control decks if no one else in the world can play them except me.
I think we do something like that. I think this hand is good enough. Okay.
I think it's treat.
I am going to play Bib Fortuna.
I'll play a Battlefield Marine.
Bib Fortuna. I will take the initiative.
I'll ping.
Okay.
Let me get value tree real quick.
He's chewing on something squeaky over here.
He's being a little squeaker. It's a squeaky. What is that? Looks a scone?
Looks
not
like
a scone. What is it? I can't remember what they're called. The ones made with almond flour. You know what I'm talking about?
Some sort of. It's like a cookie.
They look like little hamburgers, little hamburger cookies.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Not a crumpet. They're expensive as shit.
There was
macaron.
Macaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say because we at Gen Con one year we went by that macaron place, and
that's right.
Yeah. You perhaps? All right. This has become the deck signature play.
The on the doorstep.
Yeah. So Bib Fortuna to play on the doorstep to summon 3 ready battle droids.
Let's play Fleet Lieutenant, and I'll hit you for 5.
Okay. All right. So now, so you're clearly going to take initiative. So I am forced into this like awkward position of trading or damage, right? I can get 4 damage into you. I think that might be the play. It might just be wrong to try to trade at this juncture. Because I lose 2 guys, I get 1 damage into your base. Well, you could Rebel Assault. You could like deploy Sabine and then Rebel Assault next turn anyway, right?
Raising Sabine is pretty hard. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it's Rebel Assault that I'm scared of. I think that's what it boils down to.
This is not Target Town, by the way.
This is Shadow Collective Camp.
If it was Target Town,
I'd be in good shape, right? Because I could kill both, right?
So that's something to think about.
That's something to consider. So maybe it should just be Tarkin Town, right? I'll die with an extra card in my hand. The classic problem. Because if this is Tarkin Town, attack ping Asajj attack kills everything, right? So okay, I gotta play around Rebel Assault. So I'll have a droid fight. Let's get the Fleet Lieutenant for 2, and then another droid will fight into him.
I did want to ping.
That's fine. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You are taking the initiative because I have to spend so many actions. So Asajj will have a droid fight in there for 2, and then a second droid will fight in and kill. And then this battle droid will go to the base for 1. And then I will pass. We'll draw 2. Okay. I think it's resource you again.
You be squeaking.
Another reason to kill Fleet Lieutenant is because I know that deck is playing Bright Hope, and so like you getting to rebuy your Fleet Lieutenant with Bright Hope sounds like a disaster to me. So what'd you miss so far? You have missed 2 turns of Sabine versus Asajj Red, plus like a whole preamble thing. So
I'll let you for 3.
Okay. All right, so I have to that. All right. I am going to let's start with the political pressure. So you discard a random card. If you don't, I create 2 battle droids.
I'll discard a card.
Okay. Poe.
Ping bases.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have Asajj have this battle droid careen into the marine for 2.
I'm gonna play your Lauren.
Okay.
Since that might throw your math off.
Alright. Alright. I will deploy Asajj.
Alright. Question is, do I deploy Sabine into her potential death? Even breaking in, it kills her. I think I probably do, just to make you have it. So I'll deploy Sabine. Oh yeah, draw a card.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Draws breaking in.
Alright.
The discard is random from political pressure. Yeah.
Yes. They discard a random card from their hand. Asajj is going to pick up a fallen lightsaber.
Ooh. Okay, I'll attack your base for 3.
Alright. Bib is going to force throw you.
A-wing.
Alright. I will do the damage to let's do the damage to Sabine.
I'll take initiative. Yeah, it does matter, right? Poe was not one I wanted to get discarded.
Asajj. I think I have to take out Yularen here, and then that will also take out the Battlefield Marine. Okay, and then that was my attack. Do you take initiative?
I done did that.
Okay, and then pass.
What does lightsaber do if you attack with a force unit?
Deal 1 damage to each ground unit the defending player controls.
And it gives +3/+3, of course.
Yeah.
Asajj takes damage? No.
No, she does not.
She
if you
cheats.
played an event this phase, this unit gets +1 for the attack and deals combat damage before the defender.
I'm gonna hit you for 3.
Sounds good. I'm going to have Asajj. Is it that? Oh, you know what? You know what we do. You know what we do.
You bazine?
We bazine ya.
You fricker.
You'll buzzing. Oh, I think it's the For a Cause. I think I'll get rid of that card.
Okay, I'll smuggle in Cassian.
All right. We're going to Bib Fortuna Cassian.
No good to me, Dad.
No, so yeah, Bib Fortuna to play. No good to me, Dad.
I'll Metal Ceremony.
All right, I want to get this damage in, but I think I gotta kill her. All right, Sabine, your days are done.
Okay.
Die.
Take initiative.
All right, and then I will Pass. Now, finally, I believe I'm ready to attack your base. It could get record here.
I'll play a wing leader. Oh yeah, Cassian did take one from the lightsaber.
Cassian can hit me for 5. We gotta. All right, we're gonna play the P-38. I'll ping wing leader.
I'll do damage.
Okay. Can I? All right, Asajj is attacking for 6. I can breaking in her to turn that to 8. Put you to 13. Or I have to kill this Cassian. I don't know. I feel like I gotta kill this Cassian to have a good way. Cassian's got 7 health. He's got 6 health. I don't have a. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna play ISB agent, and then I'm gonna show you breaking in to do a damage to Cassian there.
I'll take it.
And then we'll breaking in Bib Fortuna into Cassian to do 3 damage.
Okay.
Hey, am I doing this wrong?
Yes. Maybe?
No, I'm not. I can crash Bazine in there.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Asajj attacks your base for 7. And then does a damage with the lightsaber, and then Bazine fights him to the death. All right, there we go. All right. If this game were cinematic, that would look badass. Cassian fighting off all the.
That would be sick.
All right. Draw 2.
Well, sounds horrible. Oh, smuggling Cassian.
Another Cassian, you say? Asajj is +1, so she only hit for 7 last time because I didn't breaking in with her. 3 puts me to 11, puts me to. But you got 2 open there. All right, so I've got 6, 9, 21, 22, 23. That doesn't kill you? Incredible.
Now you sure on surprise strike.
Yeah, and then maybe the blaster too.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, the blaster at some point would have like polished this off for sure. This feels awful. I'll fight Cassian. I actually want that damage to the base, but
I'll damage base.
Okay. I will attack you for 3.
I'll play an A-wing.
I will take the initiative.
Pass. Target down blaster and surprise strike on the thinking block.
Yeah. All right. We'll kill there. The deck also needs some closers. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
not mad at
putting on enough pressure. I feel like 4 damage.
23. Let's unmask the conspiracy here.
You can make 2 droids there. Oh, this is a choose.
Yes.
Frick.
So I'm gonna discard this droid deployment and give me that hand there. What you got in that hand? Oh, K2. I guess he's gone.
I'll play this here, soldier. Allegedly, this is the best SOU content on Twitch. Care to elaborate? I don't know why people would think that.
We'll give Asajj another fallen lightsaber.
I'm dead? Okay.
Yeah. Because I do think your draw was kind of weak, but I also discarded a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
you just heard a lot of key stuff. I mean,
yeah, and if
causes got pooped on. And
the extra draw mattered, but man, Tarkin Town would have been like, I think, a blowout.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I took a bunch of extra damage from the Battlefield Marine. So
what do we think comes in for Sabine?
It was a close game. That was a close game, right?
If anything.
Fighters for Freedom is good. You were like a damage short there.
I don't think I need like Spec Force Soldier.
Spec Force Soldier is probably better than you give him credit because he smooths out draws.
Okay.
Like you can Fighters for Freedom and then also Spec Force Soldier, right?
Yeah, true.
So
what do we cut if we're putting Fighters for Freedom? Is Wing Leader's probably fine. Is Metal Ceremony not good enough? You're murdering my shit. I don't know.
Like buffing is actually good.
It is good, yeah.
Is the thing. I believe these force chokes come in. And then I believe Force Lightning. No, Force Lightning is good. It shuts off K2. I can kill K2
for 3
with Asajj without having to take damage back, right? So
that's pretty good.
Greedo is good. No Good to Me Dead, pretty good. Darth Maul's fine. Force Throw, fine.
Do I just do nothing?
Do
I lose game 1 and then not sideboard? And then
yeah.
I don't know.
Bazine did win that game.
Yeah.
Bazine did win that game. I don't think Bazine is coming out. I think shaving.
No Fighters for Freedom in the base of this deck.
Not in this version. I think the reason to not play, so you may be scratching your head at that.
Maybe Bright Hope. I get to probably take Bright Hope out, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I'm not like beating you down in space.
Yeah.
Now you may be scratching your head.
Dark Saber's like a good call, maybe too.
Why no Fighters for Freedom in the main? And I think the answer is it dies for free versus 4 LOM. And so this deck was playing Yularen because it wanted its 3-drop to survive and it wanted to buff the rest of its stuff, right? So
I just feel like Sabine against Asajj is so vulnerable when she comes into play.
Yeah.
So I don't know that Darksaber is the call.
Now you can slap Darksaber on something that's alive on the table.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Mark Love, CS, thank you for them 6 months. I had 2 fighters, took out 2 Bright Hope.
We get the worst trolling from the mods.
I know, right?
From the mods. I actually think
Saboteurs could take out Bib. That's true.
I actually think ISB Agent is at an all-time low versus Sabine. Now that wouldn't be the case if I was playing Tarkin Town.
No Good to Me Dead is another reason not to play Darksaber too. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to leave it out. We'll just do the Fighters for Freedom.
Pillage is gone for sure. Oh yeah. Shave of Political Pressure.
ECL Fighters on Bib is certainly a play. I think. Yeah, I didn't get to use ECL that game.
Yeah,
I never had a good target for it. I mean, I wanted to use it on the K2 at the end there, but
Dooku
obviously discarded that.
Does Dooku win the game if I play him?
I can certainly kill 2 things.
It might be like I might need him to.
And he puts the pressure on that you kind of needed that game too. The overwhelm's pretty important. Anonymous.
Oh my God, our mysterious
gifted.
benefactor is back.
Thank you so much, Anonymous. Appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying the new content.
I don't think I can cut units.
Congrats everybody that got subs.
Droid deployment. Is droid deployment good in this matchup? I actually think droid deployment's bad. I think, like, if I got the choice between deploying droids or force choking, I'm going to end up force choking every time, right?
Yeah, probably.
Alright, I'll sideboard in 3 force chokes. And we'll see.
Everyone can talk on the streams. It could be an argument ECL fleet attention to be up that game and get the Marine. Yeah. I certainly thought about it, but I mean, it was shielded, right? And it's just.
Yeah, he's just
pretty bad.
He's just annoying to deal with, right?
Yeah, it feels really bad.
Bib gave me that. Bib, the droid deployment. Did you have Rebel Assault in your hand? Okay. I was trying to play around Rebel Assault, right? Because I do 5 damage. I do 4 damage to you. You're at 6 because of the 2 Sabine pings. I'm at 7. You start the next turn with a Rebel Assault, and I take 8, and I'm at 15.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible, right? I feel awful about my chances at that point. So I'm interested to see how this deck does when you don't draw Bib Fortuna, because I've done that like a champ
every
with
time.
this deck.
Yeah. I mean, you probably mulligan for it. I mean, it's so impactful.
A for-profit organization. That's correct. That is correct.
I do get to get initiative. Give me that. No, mulligan. It's sideboard and target down now. Unfortunately, you can't side in bases.
Like Flesh and Blood would let you do that.
Yeah.
Sorta. Like, in Flesh and Blood, you've got equipment. Have to get rid of this thing.
I actually drew okay, just discarded all my good cards.
Yeah. The Poe was huge because Poe you could
and it's like maybe I should have let you make droids there, right? And that's kind of on me.
Because the next turn was ECL Poe into Asajj Killer, and then that was all of my pressure.
Yeah,
that's like one of the things I'm worried about, right? Is pressure in this Asajj deck? So.
Okay. Well, I'll play A-Wing.
Okay. I will deploy some droids.
I'll take initiative.
I will pass.
I'll let you for 3.
I gotta resource something.
This is happening.
Like,
yeah, no bib. RIP. Alright, hit you for 3.
Yep. Let's start with political pressure. I either make some droids or you discard a card at random.
You can have droids.
Okay.
I'm gonna play R2. Bottom.
I'm gonna play a Greedo.
Play a Marine.
Alright, battle droid into Marine. Yeah, I guess we gotta do that. That's how we gotta play it. I'll Asajj the battle droid into the Marine for 2.
I will ping bases.
I'll have the battle droid finish off the Marine.
Take initiative.
I will... Got 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I'll pass.
The Rebel Assault.
Yep.
I'll hit your base for 2 and look at the top. I'll leave that there. And I'll hit your base for 4.
I will deploy Asajj and draw a card.
I'll play red 3.
Force 3.
Metal Ceremony. I'll ping bases.
Play the silencer.
We'll get some mean in there.
Alright, I will choker.
Okay, I'll draw. I'll take initiative.
Attack your base for 3, 4, 5 for a total of 5.
Okay.
Now the question is, do I want the Asajj? Do I want the Asajj to take out R2, or do I want the 4 damage into your base? And then I think so. I think Asajj kills R2. I think every unit you have on the board is like damage that I have to somehow contend with. So, okay, that's that. I don't resource anything here. We set on 4 resources.
Nathan did in fact draw off the base.
I did, yeah.
I will hit you for 4.
We've got to take out the red 3.
Play 4 cause. Alright, we'll leave 4 cause on top. Do 4 damage.
Have not played an event. I will attack you for 1.
I'll ping bases.
I wish I had something that took cards off the top of your deck, like Vigilance. I have to engineer lethal. I have to engineer lethal in 1 action, right? Because you'll take initiative, hit me with 4 cause, and then I have to Sabine you. So you're at 9. So if I have 7 right here, that puts you to 16. So the Count Dooku in my hand does not do it. So it's then Fallen Lightsaber on Asajj. Is an extra 3 for this turn.
I take initiative.
Okay, so Asajj will hit you for 6. Hit you for 1. Hit you for 3. Okay. I die to Wrecker now. And then I'll pass.
Well, that's Fleet Lieutenant also.
Ah. Yeah. It's a close one. That was an action away. Action away. It can't hit a non-hero. This is it's perfect. It's simply perfect. The Sabine.
Yeah, it has all 100% heroism cards. The only thing that could turn that off is reciting in Darksaber.
Yeah.
Or timely intervention.
I'll take the initiative.
Did not put the Darksaber in. It's on the sideboard.
I drew the Kylo's silencers after like on like 4 resources.
I didn't have a time to use ECL. I won the game. There was no use for it. Trust me, I'll use it if I need to.
Not really gaining life in red yellow ability, huh?
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, I definitely drew better. I had Rebel Assault. I had the initiative.
Yeah.
These damn card games and their luck-based systems.
ECL was threatening to beat me like 1,000 different ways.
I don't think ECL gets put in timeout.
Nah.
People are playing more Tarkin Towns nowadays.
Yeah.
ECL's cool. I like it as like a
green is like green
staple for green, right?
Green got like awful units in this last set anyway, right? Like so.
Okay, let's see. I will mulligan.
This is a mulligan. This is a no event hand. This hand could like I could probably rock with this hand, but I don't have any events. So like, was Tarkin Town better in that last game? Does anybody know? Was Tarkin Town better? I had to trade 2 units where I could have gotten 2 extra damage on your base. Well, Tarkin Town would have let me kill. I had the P-38 in my hand, so I could have killed the A-wing. And the A-wing is what did the infinite damage to me.
Yeah. A-wing was just alive all game.
Yeah. So I opted for 2 1-drops on turn 2. I had the Force Throw as well.
What did you draw with the base? Yeah.
I drew a Kylo's thing, which was I drew Kylo. I had a Kylo in hand and resourced it because I felt like it was too slow playing the Kylo.
Feeling like I think Tarkin Town's winning.
I think Tarkin Town's winning right now. Yeah. Well, I think I ended up ahead getting rid of the medal ceremony, right?
Yeah.
Because Sabine was I guess Sabine was getting force choked.
I could have used it on R2 and the A-wing though.
Yeah, and I wouldn't kill them. I wasn't going to get to kill them cleanly.
Yeah.
Do I have to resource both of those? I think so. It doesn't feel good, but no bid Fortuna. Alright, we're playing Kylo Silencer.
Play R2. Bottom.
I'll take initiative.
I'll ping bases. And pass.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play the P38. I'll ping R2.
Thank you for 1. I'll put that bottom.
I will attack you for 3.
Play Fighters for Freedom.
I'll take initiative.
Ping bases. And pass.
Well. If I could, if I didn't, man, if I had infinite resources, you'd be in a world of hurts.
I'm sure.
Also, if I could chain all my actions together too. Let's send these Fighters for Freedom to hell. Because I think they represent a large amount of damage.
Hit you for 1.
I will hit you for 3.
I'm going to use Energy Conversion Lab and play Bright Hope and attack the Silencer.
Did you want to return R2 to your hand to draw a card?
I do not.
Okay. I'm going to deploy Asajj.
I am going to ping bases.
I'm
going to ban all chat. Turn on shield mode.
I draw a card off of Shadow Collective Camp. Excellent. Alright, Asajj, are you killing R2 or are you going to the dome? I think Asajj is going to the dome for 4.
Fully Sabine.
That's no good to me dead there.
Oh, Metal Ceremony, I guess.
I will take initiative.
Pass.
Can't ECL me. Jam this. Do I jam this card? Do I jam this card? Jamming that. 18. I jam. R2 is in kill Asajj range with like some buddies. I just have to, no, we gotta push. We're gonna breaking in the P38 to your base for 5.
Okay. I'll Fleet Lieutenant R2 into Asajj.
Yes. Kinda expected that. I will political pressure you. So discard a card at random or give me 2 battle droids.
You can have battle droids.
Oh.
I'll hit you for 4 or 3.
Okay. I will take the initiative.
Play Battlefield Marine. Passed.
Oh, sorry, I gotta pick up the card that wins the game off the ground real quick.
Suspicious.
I guess I'll play Darth Maul. I suspect I'd die, but I'm playing Darth Maul.
Hit you for 3.
I'm going to force throw you.
I'll discard this A-Wing.
I will do 2 damage to the R2 unit. Since I can kill him. Another 9 right there. Ooh.
I will attack you for 3.
Okay. Asajj is going to have a battle droid attack your base for 2.
Wait. Do I have to claim here? I don't die to Maul. I can't kill Maul. I guess I can kill Maul. Okay, wait.
She doesn't kill Maul.
She does not kill Maul. She does not kill Maul. I'll attack your base for 3.
Okay. I claim here.
Yeah.
So that way I present Maul lethal.
I got this Cassian. And then I'll slam these into Maul.
Okay, well, Maul got his 2 for...
Yeah. He got it. And I'll pass.
Jeez, toast. I don't have an event. I don't have an event. I guess I'll Bazine. Fleet Lieutenant, record K2. I guess I'll get the Fleet Lieutenant. You'll draw.
Rebel Assault.
No. Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
All
Boom.
Right. That was close.
It was close.
That was close.
I feel like we don't have time for a Bosk Blue match.
Probably not.
Do you want to come back to Asajj on Wednesday?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Make adjustments?
Yeah, we can make some adjustments. I do think the funny thing is against Bosk, you'd rather have a Shadow Collective camp, right? As opposed to Tarkin Town.
I think so.
But against Sabine, I think the Tarkin Town probably goes way further. Like way further.
Man, I thought Bright Hope, but Bright Hope won me that game.
Yes, it did, right?
I would like to thank the last copy of Bright Hope.
You would have died in space.
Yeah. And ACL'd. I didn't know. So you never wanted to attack into it and kill it with the thing?
I wanted the option to be able to breaking in with it again.
Because you need that damage.
Yeah.
To win.
Yeah. So if I had breaking in with Asajj, was that an extra point?
And Surprise Strike would have gone a long way in a lot of your situations too.
Yeah, and the blaster.
Being able to Surprise Strike the droids.
You got a bunch of tokens, right? Yeah. The problem is I don't actually know what you cut.
Right.
That's the problem. Is this deck is easily running into the I've got too much stuff category. But I do feel like there's something here, right? I
do too. Yeah.
Because that game you were actually on the back foot. interestingly. So yeah, I'll put Asajj into the shop, and then try it out again on Wednesday versus another one.
Yeah,
I think for the purposes of our videos, I do think best of 3 does extend the games quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can fit 2 matches on a stream.
Yeah. That might not be feasible.
Yeah, we'll see though. So maybe on like a Sunday, we could.
Yeah,
but we could like do part 1, part 2 on Monday, Wednesday, and then a Sunday longer stream kind of thing.
Yeah,
where we play 2 games. The thing is, between the Monday, Tuesday games, you can change your deck around.
Yeah,
breaking the rules of tournaments. That's fine. I think that's good to evolve a little bit.
But yeah, it's more of like play testing, right? Like that's kind of the purpose behind it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, no reason to like stick with stuff that you know isn't going to work in the ultimate build.
Yeah.
Right? So I would like to see what Asajj can do once you change a few things around. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
Appreciate everybody.
This is a cool little foray into some best of 3s.
Yeah,
It's much more of a thinky game than our
Gauntlet was before. Well, and that's to my point about aggro before, right? If you're the aggro player there and you are completely brainless and you're like not paying attention to the situation, you die to the mall, right? So, I considered playing the mall the turn before, but I would have had to have tapped out. I wouldn't have gotten any breaking in damage in.
But you would have had the breaking in. I don't know that I would have answered them all that turn then, right? Because like I had health to spare.
So yeah, the big thing was I was trying to get you to the part where you have to consider fighting my guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think this Asajj deck is ultimately in a weird spot where, it struggles to present relevant enough threats in the mid game.
That was a problem because you weren't like, I'll play some battle droids and I'm hitting
the game I won. I had to slap 2 fallen lightsabers, right?
Yeah, that was like your main source of damage was Asajj hitting me with the lightsaber. Yeah, really, even Asajj was the biggest threat in the first game too.
Yeah, so that was like, and then she doesn't have the lightsaber. Then she's like kind of a puny body.
Yeah.
So yeah, breaking in's incredible. So. All right, there you go. I think we can do something with this format for a bit.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we got a lot of legs. So, and we got a lot of. You want to see against Django target? So the thing is, that's a yellow red villain deck already. And yes, that is a matchup you're gonna run into, and we'll probably play it at some point. But like to start the stream, I want some variety.
Yeah,
video,
right.
A little bit of variety. But I do appreciate it. We'll get some Django. I know people want to see Django Target Town. We'll get more Django Target Town stream. Don't worry.
This Sabine deck, I think, beat multiple red-black villain aggro decks already.
Oh yeah.
Like on the, but then I think it lost to either the Bosk or the something. It lost to something.
Oh, in the first round, was it Bosk?
It lost. It did not lose to red-black villainy. I'll say that.
That's something that
I think I still have it up on my phone.
Well, I'm looking. Who can click the fastest? Look, I can learn to play control, guys. I can do this. I'm gonna have to learn one day. They lost to Django Fett. It lost to Django Fett, Tarkin Town, Nathan.
I don't believe that.
I'm looking at it right now. Lost in
top cut.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe
Django Fett, Tarkin Town.
I believe it. I believe you. But I think it's like I think the specifics of that like the Yularen, the Bright Hope, and I think that was like a case study on Bright Hope in that game.
It was, like, and even Yularen in the other game kind of messed your stuff up for a little bit. There was the turn where I played the Fleet Lieutenant for the Battlefield Marine to attack in for 5. On that turn, I could have played Yularen. It was the turn you played your droid thing, whatever it's called. And that would have made it kind of awkward for you to like just kill. You would have had to trade all those droids for the Battlefield Marine then.
Yeah.
And you couldn't kill the Yularen with the droids. So I was considering that play too.
Yeah. And that play would have been immune to the Tarkin Town play, right?
Yeah,
if I was playing Tarkin Town instead. Because I could trade a droid in, Tarkin Town, Yularen, and then I have 2 droids left over that can't kill a Battlefield Marine cleanly.
Yeah, you could have swung 1 droid into the Battlefield Marine and then Tarkin Town still, and you'd have 2 droids remaining just attack like base. But
yeah,
I guess you could attack base for 3 then, so it would have been kind of okay still. Tarkin Town is winning the argument.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
At least against Sabine.
Right.
At least against Sabine. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right. There you go.
We'll be back with more Asajj Red on Wednesday.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.